Alright, this tiny little guy is, this comes surprisingly recommended for me, despite the fact that it does not have the forward clip, which is usually a big sticking point. It's an assist open knife. No pin, no hole or anything like that. You have to open it with the choil or kicker. The manufacturing on these is relatively inconsistent. Sometimes the spring is stiff enough that you can pop it right open. I ordered like a dozen of them. Sometimes the spring is not. Sometimes they'll only open to, oh geez, this is really stiff. Alright, sometimes they'll only open to there, or to there. You can still flick it open, usually. Dark wood scale, and that is actual wood right there. I have a broken one, so I know it's actual wood. Only on the one side. And it bulks up the knife a little bit so that it feels nicer in your hand. I have really tiny wrists, but I actually have decently large hands. You have to hold it differently than a usual knife. But if you are familiar at all with knife fighting techniques, you may know, or you may recognize that this is really all the knife that you need. Because when you're knife fighting, most of the time it's not. You don't need a real deep stab because you have this twisting swish motion. It's a drop point knife. It's slightly thinner up here for the weight. The blade is very nicely constructed. I like that quite a lot. It's a frame lock instead of a liner lock. Another big plus in my book. And it has a little safety switch right here. Of all of these that I've looked at out of the set that I ordered, these are very. This right here is probably my biggest complaint. It's easily removed. Like you're not going to get one of these open unless you want to. So the fact that it's got a safety on it is probably for legal reasons. I haven't looked into it, but I'm sure if it's a partially assisted knife, then they want you to have a safety on it. I'm really just guessing about that, though. If you're getting something for a first knife, or just a simple everyday carry, something that doesn't take up a whole lot of space and you can easily slip it in. The pocket clip is very nice. I keep bringing this out. The forward clip on my knife is okay. This will hold however you orient it. On a lot of the pants that I have, it's easy enough to put it in sideways so it'll hold like that. And this one is actually firm enough that it will stay that way. So you can just like that. Oh, this one right here. The name on the box says Super Knife. Not something that I really recognize. I'll put more details down in the description because I'm running out of my memory. But anyway, another bonus. This is actually a really inexpensive knife. Not to say that it's cheap, it's just inexpensive. So, yeah, all the thumbs up in the world. Okay, it chopped off the end of my video, and I cleaned some things up and filmed an insert, but apparently it chopped off more than I thought it did originally. So, returning to this knife right here. Right there is a little bit of a concavity. Or it seemed like that would make it difficult to sharpen, but it's really a lead-in to the ricasso right there. Like that portion isn't actually sharp, so you're perfectly fine for sharpening this on your own. Speaking of sharpening, this one also has the best factory edge of any knife that I've ever had. So I'm very, very pleased with this one. What else did it chop off? Okay. You should probably notice right here that rather than being a liner lock, it's a frame lock. So that's fantastic.